of a sport.
All right, and now we're going to talk about something else here. The owners and fans both released statements after the lockout where they stand and why we've gotten to this point. So we were able to watch the video earlier. It's a 3-minute long video, but I don't think they covered much issues. But
Right, they always pander to the fans like
yeah,
it's embarrassing. Like if we were equal shareholders in this, whatever it is, 30 million versus 500 owners, then we would have a season right now. It's not mostly for the fans. It's not all for the fans. It's taking care of their business. It pisses me off how the owners, not saying that they're in the wrong, but how they pander to us.
Kind of, yeah.
It's a bit of a slap in the face. It's a bit of a
For them to say that when Batman came out and said, "We have the greatest fans in the world and they'll come back," it's kind of like, well, don't push us too far. But at the same time, that whole video, I didn't really agree with the players' video. Just saying about, your toes are frozen and playing hockey. Like,
the music.
I'm sorry, but you're not playing rec hockey. You're playing a professional hockey league. You have to do, this is what you do. Like, you can't just play it all up that we're the players, we just want to play the hockey game. There's no, there is business involved. Face the facts. And the owners came out with a pretty well-written response, I thought. And I'm not popular pick, but I'm probably on the owner side at this point. Like, get the deal done. They want to talk. They want to talk real numbers.
Yeah. And so do you guys find it frustrating when, like, I've just been following the tweets and whatnot, and I hear they've no negotiations today, or they met for an hour this morning, but they're done. No talks till Friday.
Like,
is it unrealistic to say, sit down, hash this out, and get it done within a week's time?
Yeah,
I've never been in any of these negotiations, nor do I have a background in it, but
I think you can really get yourself entrenched on a point or two where you just won't budge, and I think a little bit of time away from it each time would help. I suppose that's how it carries out beyond my our 12 game point, but yeah, I think I just don't understand why they don't, like, bigger deals have been cut. Like, I don't understand why they don't just get a damn arbitrator in there and have some economist and some arbitrator and whoever come in and say, this is what's fair, this is what you're doing, if even for a year, if even for 4 months. Like, just put something together, play some damn hockey, don't wreck this schedule, the collateral damage here is huge. It's so annoying. It's such a black mark on this sport. Like, think about a football fan who's maybe an NFL guy who lives in Texas who's maybe thinking about that he likes NHL, and he sees this now, he's laughing at us.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and I think, like, to get it done, it's a little, from my understanding, it's Donald Fair talking to Gary Bettman, and Donald Fair and his bro talking to Gary Bettman and Bill Daly. Okay, they hash out the proposals. So then Donald Fair has to go back to 250 plus players that are there. Hey guys, this is what we got. They all talk? No. Bettman goes back to 30 owners. This is what we got. No. Come back to the table. Then I'm sure those guys want to hash it out and get it done, but they're dealing with the people that they're representing. So it's like, it's just a big mess, and they should.
We'll take one from a fan who tweeted in. I'm not sure what's his handle. Brett, our friend Brett.
Yeah, we'll give him a little plug here.
We'll plug his title.
So we got at Brett L, capital L, capital L 306.
So that's a good friend of ours.
Tweeted into the show, how sad is it to see some at NHL greats potentially finishing their career in Europe? And then he went on to mention Alfie, Timo, Gonchar, Yager.
Yeah.
Which is, I thought,
those guys are all probably at the tail end, definitely.
A great point. Yeah, you got Timo signing 1 year, one more year. Yager going down to Dallas. That was cut. How fun would that be?
What if Alfredson couldn't finish his career in a Sens jersey? Like, to the fans, that would be the ultimate slap in the face. But.
Yeah. And think about the magic. Like, think about Ray Bork. Think about Sakic giving him the cup, not lifting that. Think about having that moment this year. Like, that's the kind of thing you live for. And
that's what we live for.
That's what we might miss out on.
Yeah.
So let's all sign a petition.
Yeah. HC Davos is happy. They just picked up Thornton and Rick Nash.
Yeah, not a bad
Look
pickup
out.
for
I'd
them.
be shaking my head if I were a defender on the other team.
Yeah,
Thinking I got to go
geez.
against these Canadian lumberjacks.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
big, talented bodies, sexy. I mean,
But okay, just we've been going on for a long time, but so we're gonna get out of this lockout talk, and not that we can talk much about hockey, but we're gonna talk about. Or I'm gonna ask the boys a question, just so we can actually talk about hockey. What matters, what we'd like to be talking about. You are an NHL general manager, or whatever. You're picking one NHLer to build your team around.
yes.
Who's it gonna be?
I like this topic.
Tommy, we'll start
No,
with you.
B-Rad, no, please. I want to hear yours first.
We're starting with me. Okay. Well, to be honest, I never really thought about it. Tempting to say Sid Crosby, but then again, I'm tempted to say Riot Nugent Hopkins. Although unproven, I think that kid's got a skill set comparable to Wayne Gretzky. Just so much,
Yeah,
so different, and he's playing in it. He's taking advantage of the game, as in rather than just playing it. He sees it different. I feel.
Isn't that what Ray Ferraro said? That he hasn't seen a player with the awareness that he has since Wayne Gretzky.
I don't know.
That's something coming from Ray
Yeah.
Ferraro.
Yeah, but
That's not a bad. Yeah.
but really, like, what have you done for me, Nuge, yet? You know, we got to see. He's a small guy, so as of right now, I gotta say Sid.
Oh, so you're
Yeah.
not taking Nuge.
Sit the man.
Although,
Well, he just wanted
give
to
me
give
a
him
year.
shout.
Tempted,
Give me
yeah.
a year or two.
He's too small to me.
But yeah, but
He's,
Dat-
like for now.
Datsuk was
Exactly.
154 pounds when he was drafted.
Yeah, like
Don't look that up because that's probably not accurate.
but like Datsuk didn't come in right away.
No.
Yeah, Datsuk exactly. Or like he's reading there, he's getting hurt all year.
yeah.
To me, that's just. I mean,
That's the
I think
Edmonton
overall,
system,
yeah.
Throwing the boys in right off the farm.
yeah, we don't need to get into that.
But who else, or Spinner? Who do you think?
At this point, yeah, I'm gonna probably have to say. Yeah, I mean, you can't argue with Sid, but like, he's the best player in the game, even though he has had concussion issues. But I'm just trying to think who else is out there, like some young kids that you take, but really,
Stamkos.
yeah, Stammer would be a good pick.
Off the top
Puck in
of
the
my
net.
head.
Yeah.
What about a big old demon? Like, I would like to say Chris Pronger, but what about T.
Pronger's
Myers?
done.
Is that guy you could build a team
T.
around?
Myers.
Myers
Or-
and Buffalo.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
Big dog.
Wakey.
Yeah. Go
That's
on.
why we are uninformed.
What about? Okay, can you explain Justin Schultz to me?
Can we? No, we'll just.
I'd love
maybe
to.
another time. Tell me.
Yeah, you know, probably Stammer. I mean,
Over Sid though.
at this point,
Yeah.
factoring in a little bit of age, factoring in a little bit of injury concern. Us like let us not get into Sid as an injury concern. That hasn't sorted itself out yet. He says he's healthy. He says no recurring headaches. That has taken really a back
Do you think
seat.
that
What if one hit? Like that's something
Yeah.
that pissed me off even to talk about. But that is a scary situation.
Yep. Absolutely.
you
Like,
think
where-
this
where
year
we-
off will be good for him?
How many of our listeners and ourselves were
Not many.
big NHL fans back in the days of Eric Lindros, listening to all that concussion stuff? I'd have zero recollection of it. That must have been huge.
Just remember the highlights hits.
Yeah, of him just
That
wearing
just
it.
wearing it
As
and
opposed
getting
to
carried
from
off.
Scott Stevens trolley tracker. Yeah, but he was supposed to be something, but yeah. So there we go, Stamkos and Crosby.
Yeah, Stamkos is playing with St. Louis, but I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of good playmaking wingers out there still yet that he could still bang out 50,
Oh, yeah.
50 goals
Yeah.
a season for the next 8 to 9 seasons.
And I heard Stamkos has a body like nobody else in the league. Like, as far as strength goes, he's above and beyond.
Well,
Clear that up.
Okay. Anyway, that'll wrap up our NHL talk for this week. So we'll come back after the break. Some NFL and maybe some